Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Fragments of Memory, aka the Armchair Philosopher. I was just observing the world around me, as I often do. And one of the things I notice is people love to get high. People love to get drunk. And I ask myself the question, why? Is it merely for the sake of just feeling good? Now, of course, I believe the human organism is programmed to seek out pleasure and avoid pain. That's our inclination, because obviously we're going to gravitate towards what's pleasurable, and we're gonna shun, or we're gonna try to get away from that which is painful. And I will say this: life is pain. To to quote a line from The Princess Bride, "Life is pain, princess. Anyone who tells you anything differently is selling you something." This is a line that Wesley says to Princess Buttercup. But anyway, before I excuse that little just movie reference I dropped there, but basically, why do people love to get high? Because I do believe that life is pain, and that life can be hard, and that we often have to go through toils and struggles from the outside world, and then struggles from within ourselves. And it's funny when people talk about getting high, because people use sayings like, first of all, getting high, getting effed up, getting toe up, getting blitzed, getting faded. And when I thought about those terms, I noticed that when you're in that state of being fogged over, of being not in possession of your right mind, you are subject to not feeling as much pain, not feeling as much of the vicissitudes of life, because there is a barrage of things coming at us, and then coming from within us too, I believe. So because we're coming from that place, we think that if I just sip on this drink, if I just smoke a little bit of this, if I pop this pill, it'll make me forget about my troubles. And sometimes those troubles are troubles we created ourselves. Those are troubles of our own making. And sometimes they're just the natural occurrences of being a human being, living and interacting with the world around you. And I believe that, unfortunately, many of us need that crutch. That crutch. And I'm not picking on anybody. I'm not dumping on you you take if you hit your six pack up, or if you smoke your blunt, or whatever you do. I'm not here to try to put you on blast. I'm just here to observe, why is this done? Why can't we face reality? Because, yeah, reality is tough. Having to go to work, or if there's no job, having to go find a job, and let's say you don't have the degree, or you don't have the credentials. You have to get whatever job you have to get. And that may be flipping a burger for a while. And unfortunately, our culture has sort of implanted in us that working at a fast food restaurant is not real work. And I'm of the belief that no man can degrade a position, or excuse me, no position can degrade a man, but a man can degrade a position. So I don't think a grown man or woman should feel bad if they got to flip burgers at Mickey D's, if that's what they got to do. If they got to sweep and mop floors, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think because we live in an era where you can get a degree or get some type of certificate of proficiency in something, that everyone is just expected to get the cushy job, or to get the job where they don't have to flip the burger, or they don't have to scoop the ice cream, or where they don't have to do whatever, sweep a floor, scrub a toilet. And to me, I say, as long as that person has a job, they're doing something productive. They're contributing to the tax system. They're contributing to the society as a whole. They have purchasing power where they can, even if they buy a loaf of bread, that's going to help the economy as well as whatever industry that they supported. So I say all this to say that yes, life is hard, or life is hard in the realm of relating to other people, of trying to interact with others and mix it up with others, because each one of us is a bundle of our own fears, joys, and prejudices, etc., etc., etc. And unfortunately, we forget that. We assume that, oh man, this person over here is so unbearable. In reality, they're just being who they are. They're a product of their experiences, their choices, etc., etc., etc. And so are we. So why is there this need to just do that? And I'm just putting the question out there. I'm not trying to give you an answer. I also noticed that when we get high, or when people get high, they're sort of they're numb to the things that come at them. You know, it's like a protective force field, a protective barrier from the elements that may come at you, whether it may be job issues, whether it be relationship issues, whether it be just the stuff within yourself. Even nature is not something to coddle you. And I think the getting high, getting messed up, getting faded, getting effed up, whatever you want to call it, is a way to escape. It's your escape. It's your escape hatch. It's your emergency fire exit. Like, I can't deal with what's going on around me, so let me just take a little puff and everything will go away. Let me take a little glug 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 and everything will go away. And the reality is sometimes that can increase your problems. The problems don't go away. Problems only go away if you actually face them, and that's the hard part. And I say that to myself as well as to whoever watches this video, because I know I've got a lot of issues within me and with the world around me. And sometimes I don't feel like I'm strong enough to face it at times. Now, do I engage in drinking alcohol? No. Do I roll up the blunt every 5 seconds and puff on it? No. But in times past, I have engaged in certain behaviors that were forms of escapism. Now I believe prayer is the key, man. I think prayer, saying your prayers, and in this day and age and in this world, do a lot of prayers. I mean, pray a lot, because this planet is a madhouse. Well, that's just my 2 cents on it. Rate, give me your feedback, or just tack on what you think. Take care.